What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the landscape photography series. Today we're going to be talking about the best time of day to shoot, right? We just talked about how we're going to plan our shots. Now we're going to talk about shooting in the sunlight and morning, sunset, and stuff like that, especially for capturing stunning landscape photos. Timing is everything. Weather is everything. All of this stuff comes together to create a meaningful photo, right? Especially when it comes to lighting. We've talked a lot about lighting, and that is what's going to create that emotion within your photos. So let's dive into it. When should you be out there with your camera? Well, that depends on you. Well, why do I say that? Well, because we have to get up early. In my opinion, I like cloudy days, sunrise and sunset. The best time to shoot landscape, in my opinion, is golden hour. This happens right after sunrise and just before sunset. The light is nice, it's soft, it's warm, and it can cast beautiful long shadows, which adds depth of field, right? There's that DOF, and dimension to your photos. It's perfect for creating that magical glow on the mountain, that forest, or that water, okay? So that's the first one. The second one, another great time, which is a little bit earlier or a little bit later, depending on the time of the day and the direction of the sun and what it is you're trying to convey, is blue hour. This period right before sunrise and just before, right after sunset, correction, when the sky has a deep balloon tone to it, this light is often low, even creating a moody, peaceful atmosphere. It's fantastic time for silhouettes and reflections on the water, especially when it is nice and calm, okay? Now, the worst time to shoot, which I think is a double-edged sword, is midday. Why? When you're shooting, the sun is high, which it's very important to understand this, right? Midday, when the sun is high, it's actually the worst time for landscape photography. The light is harsh and it creates very strong shadows, making it hard to capture and have balance and a well exposed image. But if you have no choice, try shooting in a shaded area, using your filters, your ND filters and stuff like that to help reduce that intense light. I think shooting in midday, yes, it technically is the worst time, but I think if you're able to do it right, it can be beautiful, especially if you have good balance between your sky and your foreground and so on, because you can have a good balance within the photo. And so essentially, right, to sum it up, we want to shoot during golden hour for that warmth. We want soft light. And during blue hour for a cooler, moody effect. We want to try and avoid midday, but if you can't, try using neutral density filters. And that's going to help bring those highlights down. And timing your shots with the best light can make a huge difference, especially in your landscape photography. Now, one of the things that I highly recommend doing that I don't see a lot of people doing is write down. Take a pencil. I use a Mosh Planner. It allows me to write down my information. Every time I go out and do a shoot, I write down my location with my Garmin. I write down my shutter speed, my f-stop, my ISO, my direction, which way am I pointing. So I take a compass and I shoot an azimuth at what I'm pointing. And I gather up all this information so that way I can come back and I can remember, yes, the camera does record that information for you, but it is important to write it down because sometimes it can fail and stuff like that. So that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you find these tips helpful, please come back and enjoy these videos. I'll see you guys in my next video, and hopefully we'll talk about capturing landscapes and maybe weather or something like that. And if you have any photos you want to show me, please go on ahead, tag me in them, go to Instagram or Twitter, and let's talk about it. You guys have a good day, my friends.